Hello Libra, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading for any sign, not just Libras, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. Shoot me an email, we can get a personal reading all set up. Other than that, today what we're going to do is just sort of whatever comes out for your person, how they're feeling. I would really like to do a reading on how your person is currently feeling, sort of what their intentions are, you know. Yeah, let's do it. How is Libra's person feeling? What's their story? What's their energy? All of that good stuff. You could be dealing with somebody or you could have someone in your life who's a little bit subdued. Yeah, they're kind of a loner, but they also know this, so they try to come out of it. And they may come across, with the Four of Cups reversed here, they may come across sometimes as like nothing's ever good enough, really. But they know this, so they try to actively work on it, is what I'm getting. Yeah, I just feel like some of you are dealing with somebody who's rather shy, actually. Hard to get out of their shell, but there's nothing wrong with that. In that case, you could be also dealing with either someone who is a life path 7, or they're born on a 7 day, so the 7th, 16th, 25th of the month. 7 energy is very much loner energy. It's also the energy of having some sort of talent, specific gift, specific skill. It's the number of spirituality as well. So you may be a life path 7, born on a 7 day. Listening to this, I'm just really getting that loner type energy that is associated with 7s. And I'm actually a life path 7, born on a 7 day. So you know, if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to, you know, leave me a comment and asking more information, and I will give you guys as much as I can. Looks like there's someone here in your energy that would like to make you that offer, but it's a very small offer, because even though this person sees that you're someone worthy of some really incredible things in their lives, this is a very calm person. I notice how my voice is a lot calmer, and I always try to pay attention to my senses when I do these readings. You know, I'm very calm. It's not really scared, it's calm, and this is why. This person is scared to death, with the 7 of Swords here, of getting hurt again. That's why they spend a lot of time alone. That could be one of the reasons why, right? Numerology is actually very important when it comes to learning astrology as well. Yeah, this person in the past, I feel like you're dealing with someone who's really sweet. And I know that that's weird to say because we just got the Devil reverse. That just tells me that the person that this person dealt with in the past really made them do things that they were uncomfortable with. Could have been just very abusive towards them verbally, I'm getting. Could have made them sort of have no control over their own lives. They dealt with someone very controlling. Yeah, Page of Swords, they dealt with somebody who spied on them all the time, who was just a mean person. Someone who vibrated extremely low. And I feel like the person that's on your mind right now, they didn't have necessarily the confidence that it took at the time to really stand up for themselves. They could have been married to this person. This person that they were involved with could have wanted to engage in activities, sexual activities that they were uncomfortable with. Yeah, I feel like whoever they were with in the past was very egocentric and very selfish. And with the King of Cups there, it's like this person can't really understand why you're so nice to them, just because they dealt with somebody so horrible in the past. And remember, Libra, it's not your job to fix this person or anything like that, but you know, I feel like, you know what I'm really feeling, Libra? I feel like I'm talking to some Libras who are looking for an emperor, and this person's very beta. Male or female. I feel like male or female, I'm talking to Libras here who are looking for someone who's a boss babe, or a boss, you know, whatever a man would be. Just someone who's really alpha, but this person's not giving you that. And the reason they're not acting that way is due to past trauma that they have yet to work through. But with that Emperor card, you're definitely looking for something different. I feel like you're scared to hurt this person's feelings. And also, you don't know them well enough, right? They could be like super shady and evil and Seven of Swords. This is the second time that this has come out. The second time. So this person was hurt incredibly bad by somebody who was extremely narcissistic, to say the least. I don't like to throw that word around, but you know, they really only cared about their ego and themselves. I'm talking this person's past person could have made them engage in physical activities that they were uncomfortable with. It's that type of energy. But this person should have had the goal to sort of stand up for themselves. And I feel like that's an unattractive thing, is that this person got treated so bad and taken advantage of so bad that that's unattractive to you, because you want somebody who can kind of come in and take the reins and make you feel safe and secure, right? Well, how can this person do that when they're still dealing with past baggage? Yeah, they're still working on themselves from the past. It's a very strange reading. I haven't gotten a message like this in a very long time. But it's for somebody out there. So if you're wondering why it seems like this person is like looking for their strength all the time and they can't just sort of like man or woman up and really like engage in this connection, it's because they're dealing with trauma from the past. Five of Swords. Seven of Swords and Five of Swords are two of my least favorite cards in the deck, just because they represent literal backstabbing and not giving a shit. Like, almost being excited that they get away with something. That is the energy. It's like shit bags. Like, those two shit bags, right? The Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. Like, look at how this I don't know if you guys can see due to lighting. This Five of Swords card, this person's smiling as they're holding all of these swords. It's like the person that's on your mind was dealing with somebody who had that kind of energy, and this person has just not taken the time to heal, and that's the problem. That's why they're not moving this forward. That's why they're not bringing sort of that, you know, new love connection where it's like really passionate. It's not necessarily a scared thing either. I just feel like this person is like really sort of coming out of this, and they don't even know how to start anything new. I don't think that this person's necessarily ready for anything new. You know, they really need to work through the trauma. Again, as I'm shuffling the Seven of Swords, they need to really, and the World, the card of moving on. And then we have the Three of Swords reverse, which tells me that this person needs to heal before a new encounter with anyone else, before anything new can come into their lives. And that what the universe is going to do, essentially, Libra, no matter how much you like this person, I'm sorry, the universe is going to put red tape around this person and sort of block any sort of love connections from coming in for them. And that's not a bad thing, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's very likely, because the universe doesn't want this person to hurt you, and the universe doesn't want this person to go out and hurt others just because they're unhealed from their past. So a lot of times we'll go into a deep period of healing after something really traumatic, like a relationship like this, and it sounded like a very traumatic relationship that your person was engaged in. So what's going to happen, the universe is going to put red tape around this person. And it doesn't mean that they're not into you. It doesn't mean that they don't, have a huge crush on you. None of that. They were just dealing with probably one of the lowest vibrational entities that you had come across. And they need to heal from that. So if you don't hear from this person, if this person isn't acting as interested but like sometimes they are and sometimes they're not, it's just because they are trying their best to do significant healing from a heartbreak that just won't go away. And that's why with the World reverse there, they're not starting anything new as of right now. They literally don't have the capacity to. I mean, Seven of Swords reversed, you guys. How many times do these Five and Seven of Swords have to come out? Either way, reverse or upright, it's just telling me over and over that, don't wait on this person. Don't wait on this person, because this person's going to need time to heal. I mean, they went through significant trauma with this person, even possible physical altercations and anything like that. And I'm not saying that's your situation or anything like that whatsoever. And also, Libra, the Empress card. The That is your card. That is a Libra and Taurus card. Remember, you are the Empress. You deserve more than to try and fix somebody who was hurt by somebody else. And I know that it's hard because you might like this person, and you could be dealing with a Sagittarius as well, but really try to keep your emotions even keel and at bay, because this person is just not ready. Sort of focus on the truth of what's going on in this connection, instead of idealizing this person within your mental landscape. Really try to understand the truth of this person needs to heal. They need time to heal from and you may or may not even know all of what they've been through, but it is very significant. This person was repressed. This person was made to do things that they did not want to do. And I'm not just talking like go see a movie that they didn't want to go see. I'm talking like physically. There could have been some I don't really want to get too much into it, but use your imaginations, Libra. I know you have big ones. They could have been forced to do physical acts that they were not comfortable with. I'm talking deep, deep traumatic things that this person is healing from. And this reading's not going to be for everyone, obviously, but what it's telling you is not to wait for this person, because this person has their own journey to take right now. You are the Empress. You deserve a lot better than to wait around for someone who may or may not heal. It's all up to them. And what the advice is just understand the truth of what's happening here in this connection, and really just try to stay even keel about the whole thing. All right. Let's do, I don't know, whatever message the universe wants you to know. Whatever messages the universe wants Libra to know regarding the situation, because it's a tough one. This is a tough one, right? When we're in love with someone, or when we care about somebody who's not ready, and they're not ready because they're a shitbag. They're not ready because they dealt with a shitbag, and that can be really, really difficult. What does the universe want Libra to know regarding this situation? The High Priestess. Okay. It's okay to let go of this connection without there being any sort of closure. Closure is very, very overrated. Always remember that. Usually closure is just someone wanting to reach out one last time to get that dopamine hit. But in reality, a lot of times, especially in situations like this where we know we need to sort of let go so we can be the best versions of ourselves, with the Empress card there, it's okay to quietly let go. It's okay. Especially since this person has just so much healing of their own going on that they need to do. Yeah, Nine of Wands reversed. I wouldn't be taking any action towards this, but do celebrate the good things that are going on in your life. And I know that can be hard when we're dealing with love situations that are not necessarily, going as we had hoped or planned. But I feel like there's a lot of celebration energy here as soon as you step back into your Empress energy and remember exactly who you are, Libra. That is what I have for you. Actually, let's get some cosmic insights regarding this situation. Cosmic insights to the situation. Date night, intuition, and caution. Yeah. And then we have manifest on the bottom of the deck. So tell the universe exactly what you want. So yes, that's a big part of this, is this did sort of, manifest into your life. You met this person. The law of attraction is, like attracts like. That is so true. So, we sort of work on your manifestation skills as far as focusing on what you do want, instead of getting wrapped up into somebody who can't even really give you hardly anything, because they are just dealing with so much past baggage. It is unreal. This person was hurt deeply. So really ask yourself what you can manifest into your life in order to raise your vibration, and make sure that we don't get into you don't get into situations like this ever again. And the best way to raise your vibration is just to laugh, have fun, and really engage in something that you're passionate about, especially when this situation, when you start overthinking it, as we all tend to do. When you find yourself ruminating on this situation, dive into a hobby that you love. Dive into a business that you've always wanted to start it but never have. Just start doing it. Just start doing it, and you will stop thinking about this person. I promise you, Libra, it's the best here in the world. Caution, find out more information, be very, very cautious when it comes to this person. I think we definitely went over that. And then intuition, your intuition is all over this reading of the hot and cold. I feel like you know what's going on. You just may not know how bad the past situation was that was going on. I don't think you know all the details, and at this point, I don't think this person's really even open, like, even willing to open up and share about it. I think that they actually need to do a lot of healing before they can even talk about the things that they've experienced. So, you know, the advice here is just to focus on yourself. Focus on this Empress energy. Focus on things that are fun in your life with the Three of Cups that are going to bring you so much happiness, because I promise you there's a lot there. And I know that can be very hard to see when we're going through love situations. And then date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. I feel like as soon as you step into this Empress energy, maybe start doing a little traveling. That's a message for someone out there. It's something to do with traveling. It's going to completely take your mind off of this whole thing. Anyways, that is what I have for you, Libra. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, if you're interested in a personal reading for any sign, not just Libra, hit the link in the description box below, and I will see you guys on the next one.